All right, a lot of guys modern day, they're out here. A lot of people in general, girls, guys, a lot of their friendships and a lot of relationships, or guys, let's say, trying to get girls, is built off of them, you know, reaching out to these girls all through their phone, taking the easy way out, in my opinion. A lot of guys struggle extremely hard with modern girls. They can't pull anything other than, well, some would call them mids on look scale, or low tier normies, some would say. And I feel like the biggest problem is not that, I feel like it's that guys are playing on a completely unfair playing field, all out of the fear of perhaps being rejected in person, and because it's much easier to talk to girls online than it is in person.
Yeah, honestly, I think that even girls would appreciate it more in person, and you'd have a better chance of actually talking to them in person if they could see the actual interactions instead of just being behind a screen. Also, if they're in person and you somehow do get on one, it's way different than if you're texting a girl. You have no idea what outside influences could be impacting what she's saying back to you, how she's replying to you, and she could be distracted instead of just having a normal one-on-one conversation, which honestly could hurt you more than hurt her, which is never what anybody wants in this case.
I would also say when you're playing the game in person, it's one-on-one, because it's literally just you and this other person. Maybe there's more guys, but mainly it's just you and her, or whatever. If you're a girl too, watch this. It's her, you and him. And if it's all online, it's, as a guy, it's you versus literally could be any dude on the planet. Like Snapchat. If you go through a girl's Snapchat account who's pretty or whatever, even not, I don't know. It's loaded with dudes, so you just have better odds in general of trying to get someone, I don't know, trying to find that person in person. Also, another thing is, a great reason why you should do this in person is because you can't build that connection that's needed. I don't know, the connection you build off of solely doing it in person and not just doing it all through the phone. It's legendary, and people, they always miss out on that.
Yeah, to build off of that, there are important cues that you need to pick up on for in person, which you can't pick up for on the phone. For example, if a girl is having certain body language, if she's faced towards you or against you, if she's doing any social cues that'll give you any hints about her opinions on you, you can't pick those up on a FaceTime call or a text message. Those come in person, and especially you can see these cues. Girls get more nervous in person than obviously on a phone, and that's a good thing for guys, because if they get nervous, then that means they actually care about the situation. Also, I believe that most guys resort to the snap game and resort to all this online game because they think that they won't get rejected. They won't get rejected, and it's just easier in general to text than talk to somebody. And while that's true, you're gonna have to in life, there's the bigger risk you take, the more reward you'd get from these risks. So if you want to take a risk on a girl, the better girl you're going to get if you actually talk to her in person, the better chance you have to actually build something long term if you're looking for that.
Also, in person, if you want the girls who are much higher up and higher in status, who are being pursued by much more men, your chances of actually, securing a girl who's high status or whatever is much higher in the case, because it's, like I had said earlier, it's one-on-one. But also, when you fail in person, when you get brutally rejected, it is a terrible feeling. But the lessons you can learn from it and the scars that it gives you, you could say it's trauma farming or whatever. Sure it is, but that's life. Life is trauma farming, and the more you have these completely heartbreaking rejections in person, and you feel them to their fullest depth, if you channel that and use it to learn from it and to build yourself as a person from your rejections, then you're going to just keep getting better, and it's just going to keep getting easier and easier for you to get, better girls or better guys, whatever way you swing, better options.
Yeah, also in person you could build the relations better, as you were saying. The word of mouth in person is so much better than the word of mouth online. If you talk to some girls, and then you go talk to other girls, that you're in person versus online, the chance of you getting out there in person, and the chance of you actually making an impact on different people in person is so much greater than in text, because on text you'll probably be forgotten about, as was stated earlier, with all the stuff girls we snapping a bunch of guys, no matter if they're a 1 or a 10, they have a million guys in their phone. It's unfortunate but true, but you're competing with everybody else, and if you're in person, you can maybe get her, and then if you go talk to somebody else, word of mouth gets around, and then just like that, you have multiple people talking about you without you even knowing it.
I think overall, the message you should get from this is that it's not necessarily about getting the person that you. I mean, obviously it is, but it's not. It's not just about that. It's also about learning a lesson from it and growing as a person from it and getting experience from it. That's one of the greatest things I think in life, is having just great experiences. And the fear of never taking that shot in person, because you want to. There's a beautiful girl and if she likes you, she probably won't talk to you, but she'll give you opportunities in person to approach her. And yeah, if you've never talked to her or approached a girl in person, it's gonna be terrifying. But the beauty of it is, you could just tell yourself, just think of like all the great things that could happen if it goes well. And if it doesn't, at least you tried. That's all that matters. If you try and you fail, that's better than never trying at all.